In my time on this earth, I have learned two universal truths. The first is that film dialogue always sounds better when delivered in Latin, thus.
Luc sum ipse patrem te.
And the second is that breaking stuff is fun. Today's game doesn't have much of the first thing, but it does have quite a lot of the second. And that's a good thing, because Latin is a very confusing language. So let's take a look at Jak the Nipper, released by Gremlin Graphics in 1986. In somewhat of a strangely recurring trend among CPC games, this game sees you take control of a baby. Specifically, a little boy named Jak the Nipper, because likening a toddler to an anti-Semitic mass murderer is definitely the way to go. If you think of the things that toddlers are good at, only a few things spring to mind. There's babbling, almost walking, biting their older brother's finger and getting more hits than they could possibly deserve. Twice. But you're forgetting one very important thing, dear viewer. Babies can also cause millions of pounds worth of irreparable property damage. This game focuses on the last thing in that little list, which is a good thing, because if I hear one more rotting thing about Charlie, I'm gonna choke the little Frelnick. Starting in Jak's bedroom, the point of the game is to roam the town and cause as much trouble as you possibly can, from spitballing Rozzers, throwing crockery around, or discovering the hidden passageway that turns the game into a maddeningly difficult platformer, the likes of which Gremlin liked producing in the 1980s. Now, while mindless vandalism is fun, this game only gives you minimum points for just throwing stuff around. No, if you want to go for the big bucks, you've got to think outside the box. Example: you throwing a magnet around will get you a few points, but nothing special. But if you throw that self-same magnet around inside a computer shop, pow! As if millions of geeks suddenly cried out in terror and were silent. Don't worry guys, wasn't all that bad. That was a Spectrum factory. Oh yeah, 20 years on and there's still bad blood between me and your lousy console. It's not just destroying computers though. Oh no. You can also drop weights in the sock factory, glue the dentures shut in the false teeth factory, and, one of my favourite puzzles, you can wilt your father's garden with plant poison, then use fertilizer to re-stimulate the dead plants to make a zombie garden. As an aside, you know it's a bad idea referring to graveyards as zombie farms. But on the plus side, I'll never have to attend a wake again. So, yeah. There's one thing I've got to mention when talking about this game. Now, I can appreciate that kids will get into mischief. I mean, I myself once grew to be 112 feet tall and then destroyed Las Vegas. No. Wait, that was Rick Moranis' kid. I was the one who hijacked my nan's car and then reversed it through 4 lanes of traffic. But some of Jak's antics go beyond childish shinoligans and turn into out-and-out supervillainy. Consider this. One of the items you can get your hands on is an IED. Bad enough on its own, yes, but this only gets worse when you consider the point of said bomb is to blow a hole in the wall of a prison block, thus letting all the inmates roam free without any fear of being recaptured. I mean, that's about the kind of thing I expect from the Joker, not a little baby. But with that said, it's not like it's exactly out of character for Jak. See, the magazine I used to read included short comic strips about Jak. They let you know who he was, what he did, and kept you interested in the months after the game's release to make you think you wanted a sequel. Which they made, by the way. It wasn't very good. But in the comics, they showed Jak to be a highly manipulative and destructive child. He drank, he smoked, he gambled. Basically, he was a chav that existed way before his time. And that's a shame, because, I mean, Jak the Nipper is, in all honesty, a pretty good game. It lets itself down sound-wise though. There are only a few sound effects, and the one you'll hear the most, the jumping sound effect, is really annoying. Also, the music is really short. Literally, it's only 8 bars long. How long is that, you may be wondering? Really, really short. More specifically, it's shorter than this sentence. So you can imagine how annoying that gets while playing the game. But on the plus side, you are able to turn the music on and off. Mid-game even. I'll grant you this doesn't really fix the problem of the sound effects, but really, that's only a minor setback to what is actually a pretty solid title. So, yeah, if you can find it, check it out, because it's actually pretty good. And I'm done. Fac Pegaso Nequam, Perfis Deum Meum.